Okay, so I'm going to sit on a block, but we're going to sit in a comfortable seat. And I'll face you, but you can face one side of your mat. So like always, in your seat, either you're sitting on your shins, you can sit cross-legged, but somewhere you feel the sit bones firmly supported in the ground. Hands can be on your lap, palms opened or closed, just somewhere you can relax your arms for now. Hi. So we're in a little seats today. Perfect. Yeah, so settling in, eyes closed unless there's really too much on your mind, you can focus your eyes out in front of you. Feel the length of your spine, starting from the sit bones, feel like energy coming out of the head. And maybe today you can picture what you think your spine looks like inside of your body. And if it feels like it's behind you, bring it more towards the center of your body, like a pole that goes all the way through. And on your inhales, pull things away from that pole, make them bigger, make them wider. And on your exhales, squeeze things towards that center. A few deep breaths to get us more integrated into our practice. And then keep the spine long, keep the chest slightly lifted, keep the belly contained, the ribs a little down. Circle your arms over your head, but make your arms super light, almost like they're floating on their own. And sweep them back down. Same thing with the arms. They're floating, they're just reaching by your sides until they come down to your sides. This time we'll stay, so you're mimicking your breath on the inhale. Let's reach those arms up. Let's keep them up high. Spread your fingers wide. Make lots of space between your fingertips. Arms are coming out on the diagonal, like they're an extension of your lungs, of your ribs. Relax the shoulders down and kind of squeeze the eyes of the elbows so you have very powerful arms reaching up. If you fell a little forward, the sit bones press down again. Grow tall from here. Stretch your fingertips apart. So keeping all of this going. One more, really reaching, and this time we shrug the shoulders all the way up as high as they can go, really like someone's pulling you up by the wrists and you're reaching up towards the ceiling. And interlace your hands behind your back, straight-ish arms if you can get it. Heavy the arms down, tuck the chin, let your head fall forward and relax those muscles behind you, behind your neck. Keep the hands interlaced. Little press of the right ear to the right shoulder. You're pulling the left shoulder blade down, widening the collarbone. Still breathing. And take your palms and place them on your left hip. Head back to center, hands down, and we'll do the opposite. Turn your left ear towards your left shoulder like they're going to touch one day and relax more the right shoulder down. Arms stay strong and they're pulling as much as you can. And eventually resting your palms on your hip or your low back. Somewhere you actively pull the right shoulder down. Good. Circle your arms over your head, a little faster, stretching those arms up, spreading the fingertips up wide. Bend your elbows, take your fingers to the tops of your shoulders and spread your elbows away from each other. Don't let them come close to your ribs, lift them up instead. Small twists, like you're pulling your elbows back. Keep your hips where they are, but let the upper body almost swing and pull. Like you're getting any little cracks out of your back. You're adding a little bit of movement. Your eyes can be closed if you get dizzy, and you can go faster or slower, whatever comes natural. Continue to breathe here. And we'll slow it down, release the arms, but reach the arms forward like you're pushing against a wall. We're gonna do a lot on our hands, so let's stretch the wrist just by making the crease of your elbow more pronounced. Pull your fingertips towards you, push your imaginary wall. Did your shoulders go up to the ears? Let's relax them down. Did the belly spill forward? Let's bring it in. So you still have the long spine we started with. Push your hands, squeeze the ribs in. Nice. Think of this just as warming up so we can do our planks or downward facing dogs. Take the fingers, place them in the pads of your palms. The thumbs are still separated, and separate your thumbs extra away from your fingers. Keep your shoulders where they are. Reach your arms over your head. So we were just here. Pull the ribs down away from your thumbs. Take a big breath in. Stay on your breath out. One more, really reaching. So challenging yourself a little bit. Let's widen those arms open. The thumbs are going up, but the elbows are reaching away from each other. One breath in. Turn the thumbs down without moving the arms. So in the screen, you can see if your arms are a little bit out of place. Try to keep them on an even playing field. Then thumbs come up, rotating from the shoulders. One more time, breath in. Breath out, thumbs go down. Breath in, wrap your thumb around your fingers, almost like you're punching two walls, and bend your elbows and take the fist just by your sides. Lift those elbows an inch higher and lower them down an inch. One more, matching with your breath, lift and place your knuckles behind your back. Try to slide both hands a little bit higher. They can press against your back. One breath in. And interlace your hands, different thumb on top, pulling back. This time, we're leaning back instead of forward. Lift the chest, squeeze the shoulders. Nice, and we're more awake in the upper body. So start really lying down on your back. Little transition, find your breath again, just pretty quickly. Feet come down. The backs of the ribs press down. Your spine settles. Bring your right knee in and lengthen. Drag the left heel long. So wind relieving pose. Big breath in. Relax the foot and squeeze breath out. Keeping width in the chest and the collarbones. We'll switch the grip, stretch your leg long, flex the foot right away. Pretend you're pushing your foot against the ceiling. So getting into that same thing we did with the arms pretty much. You're trying to make a crease right at the ankle. Pull this right hip down into the mat. You want to feel like your hips are even. You could be holding onto your leg or not. For a little extra, you pull the heel towards the ceiling and press your leg into your hands. And drag your left foot back down onto the ground, threading the needle pose. Heel comes to the top of the thigh. Let's do a more traditional one. Hold on to the left hamstring or the shin. Pull your right knee away from you. Find that even space on your low back and draw the left knee in towards your chest. Pressing the whole heavy spine down. So we'll be doing this shape a lot. really getting our initial stretch right here, pressing that knee forward, but trying to keep our hips both facing up towards the ceiling. To test that out, let's take the hands behind your head. Tuck your chin, press your ribs, bring yourself up so you're looking through that little space between. Really simple. We'll take a breath in, breath out, lower yourself down. Good. Take an inhale, keep your legs as they are. Exhale, bring yourself up. Good. Now we're adding on the left tippy toes. Go forward and down as you breathe in. Head falls, spine is heavy. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Toes off the mat, head to your thigh. And just one more breath in, toes tap. Breath out, we're waking up the abdomen. Squeeze everything towards the middle. Land your left foot down, arms go wide. Keep this shape again, but let both of the feet, the right foot find the mat. So you're opening up this shape. You can press your knee away from you or let the weight of your leg just do it by yourself for your twist. Anchor down your shoulders. Nice. Rolling back towards center. Unravel your legs, draw both knees in towards your chest. Hands on the tops of your knees and let your legs be heavy in your hands. Small circles, the knees are pulling apart, but try as much as you can to relax your low back and follow any movement as big or as small. And go the other way. So legs are heavy, the low back can let go a little or a lot. Use your arms to pull. And next time you come close, left knee in, right leg long. Push that heel forward and spin in that right thigh. So this leg is already super awake. Relax your left knee and draw it in. Big breath, left side presses against your thigh. Take an inhale and relax down, exhale. We'll switch it up, flex the foot. Push your hip down and the ball of your foot up. Make your leg extra long. You're squeezing around the kneecap and you're imagining pushing the heel into something. So we don't have to do crazy poses to feel our muscles start to wake up. They're lengthening, but they're also strengthening. One more, really pulling that heel up and that hip down. Both sides of the low back press. Bend your right knee, threading the needle, heel to the top of your thigh. And pull your right thigh in. Find your balance even here by lengthening your tailbone and heavying your ribs. Take an inhale and squeeze. And we'll keep the legs as they are. Take your hands behind your head. So your other side, take a big breath in at the bottom. Leverage your ribs down to lift up just with the head, curling up really as much as you can go. Inhale, we will roll down. For one more, your legs are staying in the shape. Exhale, lift yourself up and squeeze at the top. Now we're adding the feet. Tap your right toes down. As you get long, push like crazy with the ribs. Navel in. Exhale, let's lift up and squeeze. Last one, inhale down. And exhale, we lift and we squeeze. Lingering at the top. And find your twist. The right foot comes down, arms in a T shape. Take your left foot towards the ground. You can push your knee away from you or let it hang. A little bit of a side bend. So let's bring ourselves back in. Bend both knees, widen the knees, happy baby pose. Catch the outsides of your feet. Push your feet up and lengthen your tailbone. Just one big breath in, more energizing now. We'll get moving. And a breath out. Nice, rock back and forth, crossing at the shins. Hands come down and we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Step your feet back. Bend one knee at a time. Really push the sitting bones up in the air and pull your ribs back in if they fell. Separate your shoulders and your palms. Lower your heels. Settling into your down dog. And from here, we'll lift the right leg up and back. First, lift it up as you would, then kind of control a little bit more. Circle the thigh in. The hips are even, the foot is flexed and it's pushing back. Soften your left knee. Look forward, take a big breath in. So we're bringing the right knee in towards the nose, pull forward like a plank and hover your knee. Right leg goes up and back, but not too far. Now right knee goes towards the right elbow, almost today on the outside of the elbow. Right leg up and back, almost there. Flex the foot. Soften this left knee, bring right knee towards the left elbow so you're crossing and you're pulling. Right leg up and back, three-legged dog. You can bend this knee, you can send the right knee all the way in. We're stepping down to a low lunge. So tap this left knee down. Your choice to have your back toes tucked or not. Press the ground away, reach the arms up. Pull your tailbone down as you press. So maybe untuck your back toes. Find this right angle in your knee to your heel. And squeeze your inner thighs. Hold on to your left wrist. You can squeeze your biceps towards your ears. Side bend over to the right side, stretch the left side. We'll back towards center on the breath in. Hands frame your front foot on the breath out. Bend your right knee more so your knee passes your heel. And just stay there for a second. You can even walk your heel in, pressing your foot as if it's going back and bending the knee a little bit more forward. So lots of push and a stretch of your calf, but also we're working the calf a lot. So you can soften that up on an inhale and re-bend your front knee on the exhale. Spreading your toes, ball of your foot, and your heel down. Good. And this time we straighten the right leg, but keep straightening it. Half Hanuman, hands back, like half splits. So it's your choice to tuck your back toes here or not, or settle your hips lower, but mostly flex your front foot and feel like that heel's pressing against something. Also, right hip rolls back. Some space between your chest, even if you're a little bit lower. Nice, walking that foot forward. You're going to take your hands to frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes under, lift the back knee. Just for a second, stay here. Come up a little bit higher on your fingertips, lift the chest and push from the back heel. So you're still going to be probably around the thigh, but lift the chest up, lengthen the sternum forward. And hands come back down. Try to keep that lift into a twisted lunge. Stack your right shoulder in line with your left shoulder. Your legs are already there in your lunge. Really, really reach. Lowering the right hip, but lifting the whole right side of your torso. One breath in. Twist more on your breath out. And right hand comes down to the ground. Sweep your your right leg up and back, three-legged dog like we started. Bend your knee and open up your hip like you're showing the whole right side. Open to the camera, the wall, whatever's there. And we lower down into a downward facing dog. Come forward in through a plank pose on your breath in. Up and back, downward facing dog on your breath out. Take your inhale and settle on the exhale. Left leg reaches up and back. First, a little more natural. Maybe it kicks a little high. Then spin in the thigh and push back the heel. You're creating so much length behind your leg. Soften your right knee. Take a breath in. Knee to your nose on the breath out. Pull forward like a plank pose. Spread your palms. Push the ground. Left leg up and back. We're going outside the left elbow. So you can tap or you can reach around. Left leg reaches. Take the inhale. One more over to the right side. Use your breath. Use the push of your arms. Three-legged. Pull forward into a low lunge, left knee down, right knee down, untuck your toes. First, we stabilize both feet. Squeeze the inner thighs, reach your arms over your head. Lengthen, breath in. Side bend, hold on to your right wrist, over to the left. Bring yourself back up towards center. Still stable in that front foot. Take your hands down to the mat and bend that left knee even more. So you're balanced on your fingertips, but drag your left heel towards you. And you're stretching and using that left calf. Straighten it out a little and rebend your knee. The knee passes the toes maybe. Push it down. This time we lengthen. Keep pushing, straightening the leg. Half Hanuman pose. Flex your foot. Lower the left hip like it's going underneath you and push the tailbone a little longer away from your heel. Take an inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold closer to your shin, your knee. And walk yourself forward. Find that nice right angle. So we don't want the knee too forward, just in line with the heel. Tuck your back toes under and straighten your back leg. So here we're pushing up the ball of the foot. The heel is actively pressing back. Come on to your fingertips and lengthen your spine from here. Hips are even, legs are working. We turn it into our twisted lunge. Here, if you need a block or you stay on your fingertips or open up to the left side, squeezing the shoulder blades to twist. One more, really reach up. Left hand comes down to the mat. Three-legged dog, sweep that left leg behind you, kick it back, bend the knee and open up the hip. So find the difference between your inner rotation and the outer rotation of your thigh. Circle it in and down, downward facing dog. Plank on your breath in. Pull the ribs in. Squeeze the glutes towards the hamstrings. Send your heels back and press your palms. Tap your knees down. Untuck your toes. Still control the squeeze of the belly. Bend the elbows all the way down to the mat. Baby Cobra. Inhale. Squeeze your arms close in. Flatten your feet. And Child's Pose. Exhale. Knees can stay where they are, not here long. Tap your forehead down and round. Come forward, tabletop, breath in. Stay on your breath out. Now try something. Arch the spine on the inhale. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog from your arched spine on the exhale. Yeah, so encourage those sit bones to come up, but then engage the abdomen, engage the shoulders. Right leg lifts up, take a breath in. Knee outside your right elbow, breathe out. Right leg up. Right knee to the left elbow, cross it under, continue to push. One more, right leg up and back. Step your right foot through. Tuck your back toes, step it in, pyramid pose, straighten both of your legs. Push this right hip back. Lengthen, breathe in. And fold, any amount, breathe out. One more, lengthen, look forward. Crawl your hands forward, bend your knee, kick up, standing splits. Just like before, first kick up as much as you can, then control that leg a little more. Circle it in. Maybe it doesn't come up as high, but work this back leg just like your right leg. Using the fingertips to dive the head forward. Take an inhale, stretch the leg. Exhale, knee to your nose, include your head. Two more, kick up, breath in, knee to your nose, breathe out. One more, up we go. Knee to your nose and round, look down, step down and fold. You can walk both of your hands over to the right side. You can bend your knees as much as you need. Try to get even pressure in your feet. So walk your hands forward, come halfway up, and fold forward. Rise up if you can at the same time. Bring your right knee in towards your chest. Land in a tree pose. Take that right foot on the inseam of your leg. Hips press forward. Lengthen your spine. Hands to heart center. Find your balance. And right heel on top of the left thigh, like you're threading the needle legs. Have a seat by bending your left knee. Put some pressure on your right foot against the thigh. Send your tailbone long and behind you, but pull the ribs in. Hands on your hips to even them out, or hands out in front of you. Good. Step down, Ukatasana Pose. Just for the inhale, sit lower. You have both feet down. Fold forward over your long legs. Come up halfway, lengthen. Fingertips stay, bend your right knee, step your left foot back, twisted lunge, right arm reaches over your head. Oops. Walk your right foot in, so heel toe the foot to the middle of the mat. You're on the side of your left foot. Lower your hips, but don't let them drop. Reach your right arm long. Arm over your head, hips up like a side bend. Push from your feet. Lower your hips, arm comes behind you towards the foot. Lift your hips, push from your left hand up and over. One more, hips down, right arm down. Good. Hips up, reach up. This time we stay. Have a seat. Your right knee is tucked in towards your chest. Keep your left leg long. Really simple, seated twist. Find your sitting bones. Right hand behind you, left arm reaches. Take an inhale. Cross the elbow towards the thigh or press them together and twist. Nice. To come out, we counter twist, so turn all the way around. Have your hands right by where the top of the mat. Right leg goes up and back. Take a breath in. Bend your knee and open up your hip on the breath out. Square your hips, downward facing dog. Press your feet. Inhale forward, roll through the spine into a plank pose. Exhale, knees come down, you're in your tabletop. Take a breath in, arch your spine. Breath out, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, send your hips up and back. Without keeping the spine arched, squeeze the belly and push the hips back. Left leg reaches up, take an inhale. Left knee on the outside of the elbow. Left leg reaches up and back. Over to the right elbow like a plank and cross it over. Left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Look forward, step forward, pyramid pose. Step your back foot in, hands on blocks or on fingertips. Roll your hip back and push the inner thighs together. Lengthen your spine, breathe in. Soften your knees to fold on the breath out. Lengthen your spine, breath in. Soften your knee, walk your hands forward and kick your right leg up high. First as high as it can go, then more controlled, spin the thigh in, push the heel back. Fold deeper by drawing the left sitting bone up. Nice, take an inhale. Knee to your nose, also round your spine, draw it in. Right leg up and back, breath in. Knee to your nose, round and squeeze, breathe out. Last one, kick up, inhale. And squeeze, exhale, hold it and step down. Find your fold, soften the knees. Walk your hands over to the left side and let your head drop. Catch your breath. Nice, walk your hands forward, halfway lift, take an inhale. Forward fold on the exhale. Rise up, the left knee is gonna come into the chest at the same time. Tree pose, left foot on the inside of your thigh, your calf, wherever they can press together, hips go forward, hands come to heart center. Shoulders back and around the rib cage. We cross the left heel over the right thigh. Have a seat in your funky chair. Woo. So find your balance, draw that tailbone down and bend your knee. Make a shelf for your leg. This rib is going to want to pop out, draw it back in. Two feet down, toes close, Ukatasana Pose. Circle your arms over your head. Straighten your legs as you dive down. Halfway up, breathe in. Step your right foot back to a twisted lunge. Right hand stays down, left arm reaches up. Heel toe your left foot to the center of your mat. Flip onto the long side of your right foot. Hips lower, left arm goes back. We're drawing the shoulder back and pressing into the wrist. Hips up, open up, stretch. Lower your hips. Pull them up and over. Last one, lower the hips. Reach up and over. And lower your hips to stay. Do a little turn. Find both sitting bones. Keep this left knee close in towards you. Take a second. Lengthen the spine. Left hand behind you. Right arm up. Bend the elbow to twist. You have something to push against. Roll your left shoulder back, maybe look behind you. Nice to come out. We face forward and all the way around. Plant your hands down. Find your three-legged dog with your left leg. Bend your knee and open up your hip. And both feet come down to the mat. Forward plank pose. Halfway or all the way down on your exhale. Baby Cobra or upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, hips lift and relax your head. Heels high, look forward. Bend your knees. Even if you're walking, bend your knees, push your palms, look forward. Step or hop your feet to the front. Come up halfway, breath in. Fold, breathe up. Knees bend, the hips lower. Ukatasana Pose, reach your arms over your head. Keep your hips low. Interlace your hands behind your back. Pull the hands back. Little back bend here to lift the chest, but pretend you're only back bending in your upper spine, so less with the hips, more with the upper spine. Balanced on your right foot, draw your left toes to the mat and into a toppling tree. Left heel leads the way. Kick your imaginary wall again. Spin this inner thigh in. Bend your right knee to lean forward and lift the left hamstring. Ooh. Good. Soften your right knee, step down into a warrior one. So your left foot is down, you're bending the right knee, little back bend. Thumbs can touch your thigh as you lift. And fold down, pretty much only halfway, lifting the hands up and relaxing the head. Arms up and over, take a breath in. Warrior two on your breath out. Straighten your right leg, reach your right arm back, reverse your triangle. Into a triangle pose. Pull your hips back, right hand towards the ground. Could be on a block, could be on the inside of your shin. Lift this left hip and reach your arm up. Nice, now we'll soften the right knee, or really a full bend. Walk your back toes in, left hand to your hip. Reach the right arm to the ground or forward. Ardha Chandrasana, we're trusting this right foot to lift the left leg. Push that left heel back. Engage from the hamstring. Like you're squeezing the quad so the kneecap lifts. Turn to face the mat. Like a standing split, but right away, a twisted lunge. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches over your head. Right hand comes down to the mat. Three-legged dog, lift your right leg up and back. Right knee comes to the right elbow, give it a little tap. Right away goes to the left elbow. Fallen triangle, kick your leg out. Turn onto the long side of your left foot. Push the hips up and the left arm over your head. Okay, now left hand comes down. Right foot comes to the left thigh. So like you're threading the needle, downward facing dog. You can stop right there or come forward, bend your left knee and land this shape down. So both knees are on the mat. It's like a threading the needle tabletop. You can stay there or on your fingertips. Squeeze your glutes so the pelvis comes down, and keep walking your hands up so we're having a little stand. Both toes are tucked. We have our threading needle legs. With your hands on your hips, even out your hips. So if the right hip is lower, push it up and forward. To come out, we stick the tailbone out. Hands or fingertips touch the mat first. Unravel into a tabletop, so bring that right knee in and around. Inhale, arch your spine, lift the chest, lift the tailbone. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Heels high, look forward, breathe in. Step, step, or big hop forward to your hands. Halfway up, take an inhale. And fold, exhale. Ukatasana Pose, bend your knees, reach your arms up. Interlace your hands behind your back. Pull the hands back, lift the chest, but keep those knees bent and the weight going back into the heels. Bring the right toes to the mat so you know you're balanced on your left foot. Sweep the leg back as you come forward, toppling tree with your interlaced hands. If you want to let them go for balance, hands can be by your sides. So staying in our balancing pose a little longer. We're working the legs, working the balance. Softening the left knee just to land in your warrior one feet. They're staggered like on train tracks. Good. Lift the chest up. Little back bend. Inner thigh squeeze. Come forward. Humble your warrior. Arms up. Release your interlaced hands. Warrior one. Open up. Warrior two. Walk your back foot away. Find lower hips. Straighten your left leg, reverse your triangle on the breath in. Triangle pose, both hips go back. I need a shorter stance. You might need a block or a shorter stance. Keep the legs powerful, feel like they're lifting away from the mat. Left hand tucks down, right arm reaches up and lean back. In the chest, in the low back. Right hand to the hip, look down for balance. Walk your back foot in as you bend your front knee. We don't want it to pass the heel, just stack. Ardha Chandrasana pose, lift from the inside of your right leg. The inseam all the way down towards the heel. Nice. Kicking your limbs away from each other, look down. Just for a second, like a standing splits, even out your hips. Twisting lunge, right foot lands, right hand down, left arm reaches up. Left hand down, three-legged dog. Left leg up and back. Take a breath in, keep that leg long. Breath out, knee to the left elbow. Left leg up and back. Over to your right elbow, fallen triangle, kick out your leg, find both feet, and reach your right arm over your head or forward, pulling the hips up towards the ceiling. Nice, look down. Threading the needle, downward facing dog. Take the heel to the thigh, push your hips up in the air, and resist your legs. Stay here, come forward more into a plank. Bend your right knee like a tabletop. Walk your hands towards your shin. Scoop the pelvis under. Walk yourself up. Find your balance in your hips, in your spine, in your breath. Nice, we'll take the hands down to the mat. Crawl yourself forward, unravel so the leg goes into a tabletop. Arch your spine on the breath in, and we'll round the spine on the breath out. Tuck the chin, push the palms. One more, arch your spine on the inhale. Child's pose on the exhale. Soften your elbows and your forehead. Nice, breath in, tabletop. Breath out, downward facing dog. Up and back we go. Right leg lifts up, take an inhale. All the way through low lunge on your exhale. Arms reach up on the breath in. Side bend, hold on to your wrist, open up to the right. Back towards center. Hands frame your front foot. Tuck your toes under, lean forward, breathe in. Pyramid pose on the breath out. Walk your back foot in and push into your palms. Stay here, or left hand on the outside of your right foot. Right hand could hook your hip or reach over your head as you add your twist. Keep those inner thighs working. Lengthen by drawing your tailbone back. Nice. Both hands to the right of your foot. Bend your knees a little to twist. We're having a seat with the knees stacked on top of each other. The heels are on either side of your sitting bones. Get a little comfier. You can swing side to side. Hold onto your ankles. Lift the chest up. Take an inhale. Dive forward so the belly's resting against the thighs first. There's room for your chin to fall maybe, or something to rest against. You can relax the back of your head. Continue to squeeze the legs together. Lean your right hip down if it feels like it's lifting. Expand your low back. Nice, we'll roll ourselves up. Unravel, hands come forward. Straighten out both legs. So you're back into your pyramid pose. Lean forward, standing splits. Left leg goes up and back. Just one breath in. Both feet to the mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. And fold, exhale. Rise up, take your right knee with you, just like before. You can reach for your toe or reach for the outside of your right knee. Keep your left leg strong from the heel. And open up your knee or your foot to the side. Left hand can reach open, find your balance. Nice, back to our funking chairs. So like our threading the needle legs, right heel on top of the left thigh. Let's draw the hips back. This time the arms reach over your head. So really the only difference, you're forcing some of the upper spine to work a little harder as your legs get heavier. Ukatasana pose, let's touch the ground, get low in the hips, reach the arms up, one breath in, dive down, hands to the mat, breath out. Halfway up, take an inhale, step your left foot back, exhale. Three-legged dog, right leg up, breath in, right knee to the right elbow, breathe out. Right knee to the left elbow, pigeon pose, so knee lands under the right wrist. Get comfy in the hips, swing them side to side. Left foot untucks, press that foot. Sleeping pigeon, walk yourself forward. Bow your head as you draw your right hip away from the right shoulder. To come out, hands plant down. Your choice to flow or not. You can meet straight back in a plank pose. So tucking the left toes, right toes, bend the elbows, lower yourself down. Upward facing dog on the breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. Left leg up, inhale. Step your left foot all the way through, low lunge, exhale. Arms up, squeeze your tailbone down. Hold on to your right wrist, side bend over to the left side. Back through center, breath in. Hands frame your front foot, breath out. Lean forward, tuck your back toes. Pyramid pose, 2 long legs. Stamp your inner feet down. Stay here or right hand on the outside of your left foot. Pull your left hip back and twist from the ribs. Again, picturing the length of your spine. Picture your rib cage twisting around your spine. And bend your knees, walk your hands to the left, stack your knees, have a seat. The heels are on the outside of your sitting bones. So maybe I'll face you. First, a long spine on the breath in, squeeze your thighs. Fold up and around, drop your head, and open up the whole back chain of your body. Press your feet to rise up, long spine. Unravel, face forward, plant your left foot down, sweep the right leg up, standing splits for the breath in. Forward fold, breath out, both feet to the mat. Halfway up, push from your feet, and fold forward. Rise up, the left knee comes with you, already balancing on your right foot. You can hold the outside of your left knee or the inside of the left toe. Straighten out, kick out the leg, open it up to the side. Right arm extends for balance. Scooping the tailbone under, lifting the proud chest and breathing long along the sides of your waist. And last one, funky chair, left heel to the thigh. Pull the knee down, the hips back, hands on your hips, on your heart center, or reaching long over your head. Palms spin in towards each other. Draw those hips back. Getting as low as you can. Both feet to the mat, Ukatasana Pose. Reach your arms up, breath in. Straighten the legs, dive down, breath out. Halfway up, inhale. Step your right foot back. 3-legged dog, left leg up. Last one, kick up high. Left knee to your left elbow. Swing it over to the right elbow. And one more time to the left in your pigeon pose. Winding down, straighten your right leg. Inner rotate the right thigh just a little. And crawl yourself down. Come up this time, we lean onto your left hip and swing your legs out in front of you. Take your feet down to the mat, knees are bent. Take your hands behind you with your fingertips facing your hips. Roll to the backs of your sitting bones. Draw your knees forward and your shoulders back like a reverse tabletop. Let's pull the hips up, but the shoulders away from the hips. And lower your hips back down to the ground. We'll do that one more time, or you can try with your legs long. Have your legs long, have your heels pressing against the ground. Do the same thing by kind of tucking the tailbone under and really getting the glutes involved, rolling the shoulders back. Pull the hips up like your knees are lengthening forward, like you want your toes to touch, and lift the chest up. Strong arms, waking up the back body. And landing slowly, carefully back down to the mat. Finding length in your spine, balanced on your sitting bones. Super simple twist over to the right side. Right hand comes behind you. So just before a forward fold, right hand on the other side, left hand comes behind you. And into our forward fold, you can reach the arms up or just do the same thing of your hands crawling forward, pulling the tailbone long behind you and the crown of your head forward and then down. Legs are long. You can hold your feet. And when you're ready, keep your legs strong. Keep your head a little heavy. Take your hands behind you in that same way. Kind of lift your hips up, roll them underneath you. And the arms reach forward again, slowly rolling all the way down to lie down on your mat. We're really interested in this shape, in the roll. Try to land each part of your spine on purpose in the mat, pausing to feel it as you go down. If you want to go faster, if you're eager to lie down, you can always get there faster. Palms open up, the feet splay out to the sides. A big inhale, like you're collecting your whole practice, the last hour or your last day or your last week or the past whole year. And sigh it out, let it go. You could stay as long as you need. Thanks as always for showing up on your mat. Namaste. Bye, you guys.